Hello everyone! In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the Learnaling Level 1 curriculum. First, let's take a look at the trial lesson and level test. For each level, you will find a level test. This is great if your student's coming in and you're not sure if they need to start in level 1 or level 2. This level test will help you determine what level you should start your student in. It will go through vocabulary, grammar, reading, and speaking skills. Then we have the trial lesson. The trial lesson is great for introducing a new student to the Learnaling curriculum. The trial lesson for level 1 will introduce them to some letter names, to some of the words that they will be learning in level 1, and also just gives them a good feel for how the lessons are structured and the activities that they will see in some of these Learnaling lessons. Now let's take a look at the units that are available in level 1. Level 1 has 8 units. The first 3 units you will see are the alphabet units. Unit 1 will cover letters A through J. Unit 2 will cover the letters K through T, and Unit 3 will cover the letters U through Z. Once you get to Unit 4, those are more topic-related units. Unit 4 has colors. They will learn color words, and they will learn to speak about the colors of different objects. The Let's Play, Unit 5, they will be learning lots of verbs related to playing and talking about toys and weather. Unit 6, at home, they will be learning words related to things in their home, and they will also be talking about things related to a birthday. Unit 7, My Day. In this unit, they will be learning the parts of the day, like morning, afternoon, evening, and night. They will also be learning to talk about what they do in different places, like at school or at the park and at home. And then Unit 8 is the animal unit. They will be learning about different types of animals and the animals they like. Now let's take a look at more of what you get in each of these units. When you click on a unit, you will see each unit starts with a unit overview. This is great for you, the teacher, to see what they'll be learning in each of the lessons, but you can also download this and send this to the parent so they can see what their child will be learning as well. You'll notice in the alphabet units, they'll be learning the letter names and the letter sounds. There will be keywords for each of those letters. They will also be learning simple phrases, sight words. There will be some reading to introduce them to reading stories, and of course, a grammar skill. Also, in each unit, you might see a unit workbook. Some of the units have a unit workbook, which are great because it has all the homework that you can send to a student for that unit. You're able to look at the workbook from the website. You will see each workbook starts with an overview of what they learn in each lesson. And then it has the worksheets that the student can print and complete for homework. For units that don't currently have a unit workbook, you will notice under each lesson there is a tab that says Notes and Homework. When you click on the Notes and Homework, you will see there's still a downloadable worksheet that you can download and send to the student to complete for homework. But this one, you would need to send it for each lesson rather than having the workbook that has all the homework for every lesson all in one. She's currently working on turning all of the units into having a unit workbook, so it's easy for you to send and for the students to complete. Also, under the Unit tab, you will find the lessons. You will see the lesson number followed by the lesson name. The first time you open a lesson, it will say Start. Every time after that, it will say Resume. When you click on that button, it will open the lesson for you to view. If you're using a platform where you screen share, you can share it directly from the Learnaling website by clicking on these three dots and the full screen mode to open it in the screen for you to share with your students. You can also use the lesson link. To do this, you just right-click on the link, choose copy link address, and then you can paste it into your browser to screen share or your platform browser. Since Learnaling is designed with Genially, these lessons are designed to be interactive for you and your student. So if you're using a platform similar to Koala Go, where there's a co-browser for your student to have mouse control, they can actually interact with the lessons. If you're using a platform that does not allow a co-browser with mouse control, then the student can simply draw lines, circle right on the slides, and then you as the teacher can do the dragging and clicking. Let's take a look at the layout for a level 1 alphabet lesson. All of the lessons start with the title slide that show the title of the lesson to give them an idea of what they're going to be learning. For the level 1, it starts with a hello screen. You'll see down here, if you hover over this button, you will see the teacher notes for each slide. You can use that to give you an idea of how to use that slide, but of course, you can improvise and do anything you want on that slide. There's an introduction, usually with a simple question to review or introduce yourself and the student. And then there's a song slide. This is a great way to get the student ready to learn. In the alphabet lessons, they usually start with introducing the letter name and then the letter sounds. There's always tips to help you visually see what the student is supposed to do on the slide, or again, you can use the tools or the tips at the bottom. Some of the interactive features you will see when you hover over some things, they will get larger, and there will be things for you to click or for the student to click. They're practicing using those letter names and using those letter sounds. And there's lots of fun interactive activities like this one, where you can drag the magnifying glass to look around and find the hidden letters. So here they're learning the letters A and B. It goes through the letter name, the letter sounds, and the letter practice. Sight words are always very important. The great thing is, not only are they practicing reading and saying the words, they're able to practice moving them into and looking at different ways they might see those words written. And then they're able to practice using those words in sentences. I am and I'm. There's lots of drag and drop activities to help them practice. And then the phrases usually incorporate either the vocabulary that they're learning or the sight words that they're learning to get them speaking and learning how to communicate in English. There's also lots of opportunity for writing, which is great for learning how to write those individual letters in order to form words and sentences. At the end of the alphabet lessons, there's a quick review to see what they have learned, and then all of the lessons end with a game. Different games depend on the level of the student. This is a simple verbs game where you and the student can practice doing the actions and laughing together. And then there's a blank slide at the end for you to do any additional practice that you think the student might need, or to play a drawing game. My students love to draw and do a guessing game to see if we can guess what the student or the teacher is drawing and relating it to something that they have learned in the lesson. And then the goodbye slide. You will see that each unit has 8 lessons, and lesson 8 is called the challenge lesson. This is the lesson to challenge the student to see if they can practice doing everything that they have learned in that unit. The thing that's great about this challenge lesson is not only are they practicing all of those skills, but there's also a story embedded throughout the lesson that makes this lesson just a little bit more fun for them to complete. You'll notice once you get past the introduction, you will see the introduction to the story. Here it says, "Oh no, the dogs have escaped." So you have to, and the student, have to help her find her 2 dogs and her 2 cats. So now every time they complete each section of the challenge, they have to help her find the dogs and the cats. Here the student can help you find that dog and bring it back home to its owner. My students love going through the challenge lessons because they are so much fun for them to complete. Once your level 1 student gets to Unit 4, since there are no more letter names and sounds, they will be focusing on keywords, so vocabulary, phrases, sight words, and with the reading, they will be learning to read CVC words with the short A, E, I, O, and U sound. This is a great way to get them ready to learn how to read and write, and of course, the grammar. Now let's take a look at what one of the upper level 1 lessons look like, since they're slightly different than the alphabet lessons. Again, you can use the website to share the full screen, or you can go to the notes and homework underneath in order to find the link to copy and paste into your browser or your platform browser. So this is a colors lesson. Again, it starts with the title page. Here it goes right into a song. Now that they're getting into the higher level 1, the songs are a little bit more advanced to challenge the students. Then we start with vocabulary. If the word has a different spelling or a different word for the American English and British English, you might see a button like this to the side. Here I can choose the American English spelling or the British English spelling. So you go through the vocabulary words. There's some opportunities for writing. And then we get into our speaking. It's important to be able to apply those vocabulary words to asking and answering questions. They're introduced to the sentences, and then they're able to apply what they just learned. So not only are they practicing repeating after the teacher, they're then practicing how to answer the questions on their own. And then, of course, like I said, we have the phonics. Now they're learning how to take those letter sounds that they've learned and put them together to read words. So they're learning the at ending here, and then they're applying that at sound by moving different letters to make different words. Again, there's those interactive features. They're able to drag the letters, or you can drag the letters to practice reading those words, and they're able to see a picture for each one. They're starting to learn verbs here as well, like. And then they're taking those verbs and not only practicing the verb, but using them in sentences to apply to themselves. What color do you like? At the end of these lessons, you'll see a box, usually with 4 different pictures in it. This is just a way for you to expand and explain at the end what they've learned, and they can practice applying the different skills they learned in that lesson. And then at the end, of course, the goodbye slide, and then a game. Once you get into those higher level ones, you'll start seeing tic-tac-toe. That way the students can play a game while also practicing what they've learned in that lesson. And then, of course, that blank slide at the end to do any additional practice or play any additional games that you want to play with your student. Under Unit 8, you will also notice a section titled Audiobooks. When I open this, you will see all the audiobooks that are available to send to your student. All these audiobooks are related to the books that they are reading in their lessons in Level 1. So after they read the lesson with one of these stories, you can then send them the link for the audiobook. When I open this one up, as the teacher, I can listen to it myself and see what activities they will complete. In each audiobook, they're able to choose between listening to the American English or the British English version. It will go through the title and it will be read to them, but they also get to receive stars as they listen and read. So after each section of the book, there will be an activity for them to complete. This is a great way for them to practice their sentences and reading comprehension. To send them the audiobook, underneath you will just see the link. Again, you will right-click, copy the link address, and then you can send it to the student to complete for extra homework. Underneath the Audiobooks tab, you will see supplementary lessons. These lessons are often related to different holidays. The Level 1 has a Halloween, Christmas, and Chinese New Year lessons, and it also has a story called Colorful Birds that would work excellent to supplement the colors unit. Underneath the supplementary lessons, you will see the conversation slides. These are for all levels. These are great to use if you're having trouble with downloading or using the links in Learnaling. So with these, we have a higher level and a lower level. I would recommend downloading this and saving this to your computer so it's always available to you at all times. And then last, we have the feedback. From the feedback, you can use this to make suggestions for things that you would like to see added to the Learnaling curriculum, report a mistake that you might find on one of the slides, and of course, a discussion. The great thing about Learnaling is you can talk with other teachers, ask questions, and it's always available here in the community, asking questions for other teachers or to the curriculum creator. If you have any additional questions about the Level 1 curriculum or any other levels in Learnaling, feel free to join the Teach with Learnaling Facebook group or send an email. I will put that information in the details below. Bye, everyone.